From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the Hourly News Blast. LGBTQ Nation is reporting Republicans are demanding that a gay school board member resign because of his new position with a local pride organization. The GOP is saying that he has overt conflicts of interest because his work for the LGBTQ plus community, which they call a small minority. Tom Edwards is serving his second term on the Sarasota County School Board, the same school board that anti-LGBTQ plus Moms for Liberty co-founder Bridget Zeigler is on. In 2024, Ziegler and her husband's three-ways with women were publicly revealed as part of an investigation into accusations of sexual assault made against Ziegler's husband by one of the women the couple had sex with. Her husband denied the allegations and did not face any criminal charges because, of course, law enforcement believed that there was not sufficient evidence to prosecute. But the Republican Party of Sarasota is now focused on Edwards, who was highly critical of Zeigler, saying that his position as executive director of Project Pride SRQ means he can't be a school board member anymore. Tom Edwards will have overt conflicts of interest. The Republican Party of Sarasota said in a statement, according to Florida Politics, adding that Project Pride SRQ supports a radical ideology rejected by the vast majority of Americans. Who gives a shit? All that matters is the small minority of Floridians that happen to live in Sarasota County. Frankly, we Pennsylvanians don't care, but we should. Because Project Pride SRQ's website says that it organized local events for the LGBTQ plus community, provides scholarships and partners with other organizations, businesses, and governments to advance LGBTQ plus equality. So in other words, somebody is automatically disqualified because they support scholarships, because they support organizations, because they support and work with other businesses, and because they are trying to advance LGBTQ plus equality. Oh, clutch the pearls. Tom Edwards can do whatever he wants in his private life, R-POS continued, but this position leverages him as a school board member to push programs in the public, taxpayer-funded schools of which he has enormous influence. And that other lady, Bridget Zeigler, didn't have said influence? He cannot hold this position and look out for the well-being of all students. He clearly is incentivized to prioritize a small minority. Does that include the small minority of kids that are, I don't know, staunch right-wing Christian conservatives so much that they say Kyle? Huh? Our piece of shit chair, Jack Brill, that's Republican Party of Sarasota, or R-POS. Chair Jack Brill was more direct in the statement accusing Edwards of having radical LGBTQ beliefs, completely out of touch with what the Sarasota community parents want. This isn't the first time Edwards has faced homophobia connected to his work on the school board. At a 2023 school board meeting, a resident associated with the Proud Boys, they could have come up with a better name, called him an LGBTQ groomer. Now, that the pets get groomed. We groom our pets. We remove their fur, take off their mats, trim their nails, that kind of thing. And a threat to the innocence of our children. Well, I don't see how grooming a pet could possibly be a problem. But you know what? That's because he's gay. What Tom stands for and what he wants to do to our children isn't what a majority of Sarasota parents, voters, and the community support. He wants to educate them. Okay? He wants to provide them scholarships. Okay? I'll bet the vast majority of parents, voters, and the community members do support providing education since he is serving on the goddamn school board. Goofy motherfuckers. Using language that local Republicans would echo 2 years later. Edwards said he asked Zeigler, the chair of the board, to shut down those slurs being directed at him. Instead, Zeigler interrupted the hateful speaker to scold some people in the crowd who were booing. So Edwards walked out of the meeting. I don't blame him. He walked out not because I was feeling offended, but because I felt that I needed to protect our LGBTQ plus students and their allies, he told LGBTQ Nation, because we've done a really good job of creating acceptance and understanding with public education. And all of a sudden, you have these wackadoodles screaming at the top of their lungs and confusing our students. So I felt like I needed to shut the meeting down. And the best way I could do that, shy of a fire alarm, which he probably should have done, was just to get up and walk out. In a press release, Project Pride SRQ celebrated Edwards becoming their executive director, saying that his reputation as a moderate will help build coalitions that foster inclusivity and stand against the elimination of human rights for any element of the population. One of the projects he will work on is a peer-to-peer support squad to help the victims of bullying, the press release says. We're thrilled to welcome Tom as our new executive director, said Project Pride SRQ. Board President Justin Hunter Cerruti. His leadership experience and deep ties to the community will be invaluable as we step into this next chapter. I look forward to working with Tom to advance our mission and ensure that Project Pride continues to be a powerful force for inclusion, connection, and resilience in Sarasota and beyond. And to the Republican pieces of shit in Sarasota County, I'm sorry, I keep missaying that. It's the Republican Party of Sarasota. Mind your damn business. That's the news blast for this hour. Pennsylvania Equality Project and PEP Radio are participating together in Crawford Gives Days 2025. This is our only major fundraising event of the entire year. We need your help to continue doing the work we are doing. To learn more about what we do, check out the Pennsylvania Equality Project page on crawfordgives.org for details. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.